मम देवामिहमे सन्तु सर्व इन्द्रानन्दो मरुतो विष्णुरग्निः
That's my ask and request.
No, actually training is other person. Ramna, PG to skill level. Sai is IT. So larger market could be better. Rather than Ganesh doing random programs, they'll give curriculum, they'll become a training. Ask one. Transportation. Actually, I just spoke about it. It will be done. Any other request? So we have the pension scope self-sufficient. You're one message away. Vizag is also because Vizag we are in Dynamo actually. Vizag no, in terms of your nature of GCC this will be clear. The requirement is very different. To Vizag systems already there. It will accelerate. ఇక్కడ మీరు క్వాంటమ్ టెక్నాలజీ తీసుకోండి ఇస్ ద రైట్ ప్లేస్.
Very good. A very warm welcome for estimated guests, respected attendees, and dear colleagues. So I would like to bring my expressive mind to start the event. I would like to play a small AV of our chief guest, Nara Lokesh Garu. It's your permission. Can you please play the the main pillar of our company's growth, demonstrating unwavering commitment and the strategic insight that have the propellers of forward. Thank you, ma'am.
Namaskaram. Present here. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the inauguration of our new editor, Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu. A very here today. And of course, a warm welcome to my supporting family, my brother-in-law Nandu and E-Clat is a healthcare operations company rooted in excellence. Today, we have over 3,500 employees globally with offices and now Vijayawada. Our mission is to create global excellence from local cities in India like Vijayawada, just the beginning. This facility is just not an office, but a symbol of opportunity, inclusion, and aspiration. As a woman, many of them have skills and passion, but were unable to enabling many more such journeys. Women. We appreciate the support from the government of Telugu for a thriving IT KPO sector. Medical Minister Garu, we're not the Facebooks or Googles or a TCS, but gracing you with your presence has
మన ముందే ఉంటుంది, మనకు కనపడదు. ఏంటని మా అమ్మాయి అడిగింది. మా పాప 8th క్లాస్. నేను చెప్పలేకపోయాను సార్, మీరు ఏమైనా చెప్పగలరా? దట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫ్ యూ, బట్ మనం చూడలేము. అది ఏంటది? ఆపర్చునిటీ. నో వాట్ ఎల్స్? ఫ్యూచర్. ఎవరా చెప్పింది? మీరు సూపర్. నాకు తెలియలేదు, ఉంటుంది. సారీ టు సే దిస్, నేను నిజం మాడాలి కానీ the future of Andhra is sitting in front of you. That is for sure. He is going to create 20 lakhs employee jobs here in the state after the bifurcation of Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh రాష్ట్రం ఎంత నష్టపోయిందంటే 1955 నుంచి రాజధాని విజయవాడ వాసింది మారి కర్నూలు వెళ్ళి హైదరాబాద్ వెళ్ళి ఫస్ట్ జనరేషన్ ఎంటర్ప్రైనర్ కోయంబత్తూరు వెళ్ళిపోయి సెకండ్ జనరేషన్ ఎంటర్ప్రైనర్ హైదరాబాద్ రాజధాని అని అన్ని కంపెనీలు అక్కడే వచ్చిన పరిస్థితి. కానీ యువగళం పాదయాత్రలో 20 లక్షల ఉద్యోగ ఉపాధి అవకాశాలు కల్పిస్తానని తన శాఖ కాకపోయినా విద్యాశాఖలో సంస్కరణలు తీసుకొచ్చి ఎంత హ్యుమానిటీ అంటే వీళ్ళ తాత ముఖ్యమంత్రి, తండ్రి ముఖ్యమంత్రి, ఈయన మంత్రిగా ఉండి అఖిలాంధ్ర ప్రజలకి అన్నగారు లోకేష్ బాబుకి మాత్రమే ఆయన తెలుగు ఎలా బాగా మాడతారో ఈయన్ని విమర్శించిన దానికి పొలిటికల్ కాబట్టి చెప్పట్లా, అడ్మినిస్ట్రేషన్ సైడ్ చదువుతున్నా. లోకేష్ బాబు ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎక్స్ట్రాడనరీగా మాడతాడు. చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియంలో చదివాడు, స్టాన్ఫర్డ్ లో చదివాడు. ఇవన్నీ అందరూ తెలిసిందే. కాకపోతే తెలుగులో ఒక పదం అటు ఇటుగా మాట్లాడిన మనుషులు ఇవాళ తెలుగుని నగుబాటు గురి చేస్తున్నారు, బూతులు తిడుతున్నారు. కానీ లోకేష్ బాబు ఏ రోజు ఒక మహిళా మాజీ మంత్రి ఏదో వరస్ట్ గా మాట్లాడినా దాన్ని సహృదయంతో స్వీకరించాడు తప్ప బూతులు తిట్టలా. అలా తెలుగులో ఇవాళ లోకేష్ బాబుతో 1-2 గంటలు డిబేట్కి రావాలంటే వైసీపీలో ఒక్క నాయకుడు కూడా లేడు. నో డౌట్ అబౌట్ ఇట్. అది వాళ్ళకి ఓన్లీ బూతులు తిడతాం, భాషను అవమానిస్తూ ఇలాంటివి వచ్చు. గౌరవ మంత్రి లోకేష్ బాబుని అభ్యర్థిస్తున్నా రాబోయే వర్షాకాల సమావేశాల్లో ఈ తెలుగు భాషను కాపాడాలంటే ఎందరో మహానుభావులు తెలుగుని స్థాయికి తీసుకొచ్చారు. తెలుగు ఎన్టీ రామారావు గారు అయితే తెలుగు దినాల దేశంపు తెలుగు అని ఊరు వాడా తిరిగి మా తెలుగు తెలుగు మల్లెపూదండ పాటతో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ రాష్ట్రం మొత్తం తెలంగాణ, ఆంధ్ర, రాయలసీమ, ఉత్తరాంధ్ర అన్నింటిలో తెలుగును స్పృశించి అధికారంలోకి వచ్చిన పరిస్థితి. తెలుగు భాష మీద నగ్గుబాటు గురయ్యేటట్టు బూతులు మాట్లాడే వాళ్ళకి కఠినంగా చట్టం చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందని లోకేష్ బాబుని అభ్యర్థిస్తూ రాబోయే వర్షాకాల సమావేశాల్లో ఈ బిల్లు తెస్తే తప్ప తెలుగు భాషను కాపాడటం, ఈ బూతులు తిట్టే వాళ్ళు ఆపడం సాధ్యం కాదేమన్న భావన. మీడియా కూడా ఎన్నికలు నేను వెళ్ళపోతే ఈయనతో వెళ్తే ఈయన అన్ని కంపెనీ మీటింగే పెట్టారు. ఒక్కరోజు తాతగారి విగ్రహం అన్వీల్ చేయడానికి అట్లాంటి వచ్చిన రోజు తప్ప మిగతా 10 రోజులు ఈయన అమ్మడే తిరిగా. నేను కనీసం ట్యాక్సులు పే చేసే టైం కూడా లేదు. మళ్ళీ అమెరికా వెళ్దామంటే కుదరట్లే అప్పుడు ఈయన వచ్చినాక 8 మాసాల్లో. అలాగే ఈ రాష్ట్ర భవిష్యత్ సిబిఐ వాళ్ళు 3 రోజులు విచారణ, 4 రోజులు 3 రోజులు. అతను అప్పుడు ముఖ్యమంత్రి కాదు, కేవలం ప్రతిపక్ష నాయకుడు. ఆయనకి సింపతి ఏం రాలా చంద్రబాబు గారికి పట్ల. ఆ రోజున బస్సులో నుంచి నన్ను కుమార్ రాజాను చిన్నపిల్లల్లో తీసుకొచ్చినట్టుగా తీసుకొచ్చిన రోజే జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి పతనం ఖాయమైపోయింది. చంద్రబాబు గారి అక్రమ అరెస్టును నిరసిస్తూ హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి ఇన్ఛార్జిని కాదు ప్రకటించిన అభ్యర్థిని లోకేష్ బాబు నోటి.
ఓకే, కృష్ణా జిల్లా నుంచి చేతులు తిప్పండి. అరే నేను చెప్పలేదు భయ్, ప్రశ్న అడగల ఆగరా భయ్. కృష్ణా జిల్లా నుంచి వచ్చిన చేతులు పైకి ఎత్తండి. Guntur, Prakasam. Am I missing anything else? West Godavari. Ramanedi Josh Kampadtundi. Nellore annaru evaro. Nellore. Thank you very much. Itapuram ఎవరు ఉన్నారు భయ్? ఇద్దరేనా? చాలా స్లో ఉన్నారు. మా పవన్ అన్న స్పీడ్ అందుకోవాలరా భయ్. సో వేదిక పైన ఉన్న కార్తిక్ గారికి, గౌరవనీయులు యార్లగడ్డ వెంకటరావు గారికి, వర్ల కుమార్ రాజా గారికి, జిల్లా కలెక్టర్ డికే బాలాజీ గారికి, there is always a woman behind every man's success. నా గురించి చెప్పట్లా, కార్తిక్ గురించి చెప్తున్నా. So the success of Karthik is my friend Sneha. I've known Sneha since Brahmani joined Santa Clara University way back in 2007. So I think it's now almost been 19 years since we've known each other. So thank you very much for coming here, and a very warm welcome to the entire E-Clat team who's here to now launch the new office in Vijayawada. Now, first off, it really inspires me to see Telugupreneurs. The Honorable Chief Minister way back in 1994 spoke about Telugus taking over various sectors, not only in India but across the globe. Today we actually see that. And as part of that, it's inspiring to see Karthik, what he has come to achieve and the kind of businesses that they've come to build. Honestly, I'm very envious in his ability to think and actually execute. Execution part is Sneha, so he's very lucky in that sense. While everyone else is looking at going to other major cities, it was Karthik and Sneha who believed in tier 2 cities. I remember very well when Sneha told me back that they're going to Karimnagar, and it's really exciting to see the kind of ecosystem that they've built in Karimnagar. And now with open hands, we are now welcoming them to our great capital city, Amravati and Vijayawada here. Today it's not just about a launch of a company. It's a launch of dreams, dignity, and digital empowerment. I'm really happy to know that we are now, I see close to 300 young kids in front of me who have gotten the first job. And it's really heartening to hear that they're going to scale up to another 1,000 people getting jobs here in Amravati and Vijayawada. That will be possible if all of you are very disciplined. You are the brand ambassadors of Andhra Pradesh. It is important that we work hard. It is important that we have the commitment. It's important to see projects through. If you give a bad experience to them, then they're not going to come back to Vijayawada. So as important as it is for me to welcome companies, as first-time employees, you have to give your full commitment to companies like E-Clat, and I expect this from all of you here. And in fact, I was talking to them on the role of AI and how would it transform this particular sector. And Karthik was very honest. He said AI is here, which is true. It's important to embrace AI. It is important to understand the role of AI in our lives. So as you go about doing this, it's very important to embrace AI, learn from it. And one thing that the Honorable Chief Minister tells us again and again is that we have to be lifelong learners. It's important to understand where sectors are going and what can we learn in terms of new technologies. Our commitment as a state, the IT sector is in Visakhapatnam, no second thoughts about it. However, we also believe that cities like Vijayawada, Rajahmundry, Kakinada, Nellore, Anantapur, Tirupati, Kurnool have an amazing role to play in building up the entire ecosystem. If you look at it, since 2014, as a political establishment, we've always said, one state, one capital, but decentralized development. That is how Kia Motors went to Anantapur. Renewable energy companies went to Kurnool and Anantapur. Electronics manufacturing is now grounded in Kadapa and Chittoor district. Nellore has gotten a lot of diversified companies. We recently laid foundation stone for LG. Daikin is coming in. and numerous other companies are coming into Nellore. If you look at Amravati, the capital city, this is where the future of IT is going to be, which is quantum computing. We are getting the first 150 qubit quantum computer in South Asia coming to Amravati. A lot of you are scratching your head saying, what is quantum? I was exactly in the same boat. I had to go to ChatGPT to understand what is quantum computing. You know, honestly, we are blessed to have a chief minister like Mr. Naidu, who looks 20 years ahead. Though he's at 75 years old, he is 25 years at heart. And he's able to understand the technology that's coming ahead of us, which is quantum computing. And we're really excited to build the entire ecosystem here. Between the East-West Godavari districts, Aqua is going to take off in a very big way. North Andhra, Pharma, you know, we're going to get also India's largest steel plant, which is the ArcelorMittal plant coming there. And numerous other companies in medical devices manufacturing. Specifically in IT services also, quite a few companies are coming to Visakhapatnam and the greater region of North Andhra. So why am I sharing all this with you? You know, it's important to understand what are the opportunities that are available in Andhra Pradesh. But parallelly, it's also important to understand the importance of having a very strong, visionary and committed leader. A lot of people ask me this question. They said, you know, Telangana has Hyderabad, Tamil Nadu has Chennai, Bangalore has Karnataka. They asked me, what do you have? I said, I have a brand called Chandrababu Naidu. Today, if companies are coming to Andhra Pradesh, that is because of a brand called Chandrababu Naidu. Wherever he goes, he carries that image and aura. We are able to open doors for you. So it's important that we actually recognize this while we go about doing, you know, our day-to-day work. I remember very well during my Padayatra in GD Nellore constituency, it was the last village before my night halt. I met a lady called Mohana. She was sitting on the street side and making bhajis. I was feeling very hungry. So I asked her, can I come sit and have a conversation with you? She said, please come. Please be seated. And she was making hot bhajis. So I asked her a question. I said, as a government, what are you expecting from us? Then she shared her life story. How she lost her husband to liquor. And for almost 30 years, she sat in that same place, making bhajis, saving money, educating both her sons. And all she asked from me is to find jobs for them. And that has had a profound impact on me. That is when, as part of our electoral promise, we said, we will create 20 lakh jobs here in Andhra Pradesh. So far, we have entered into an MOUs to create close to 1 million, 10 lakh jobs across sectors. We have grounded companies that will create close to 6 lakh jobs. So Andhra Pradesh is on a hyperdrive. A lot of people ask me, like other states are doing interesting work, how are you going to differentiate from them? I said we deliver on speed of doing business. ArcelorMittal project got closed on a Zoom call. Aditya Mittal is a very dear friend of the family. When I heard that they're actually looking for land to set up a steel plant, I just asked him, saying, let's do a quick Zoom call. He asked for 3 specific things for us to deliver. And I said, by tomorrow morning, India Standard Time, I'll commit on it. I spoke to the CM, the Honorable Chief Minister, and he agreed on all 3. And that's how we actually ended up getting ArcelorMittal project to Andhra Pradesh. It's not just that. Renew, which is one of India's premier renewable energy company, together with Sinhaji Elite Foundation Stone in Anantapur to bring in the solar and wind production into play. Then I told him to make Andhra Pradesh his second home. And true to that spirit, yesterday in SIPB we cleared manufacturing plant that is going to manufacture solar wafers and ingots. So that is how hard the state government is working to create jobs for the youth of Andhra Pradesh and the youth of India. So what you are going to do in this company, how you are going to build your career in this company will be a testimony to the rest of the youngsters here in Andhra Pradesh. So it's very, very important to leave a good legacy as young people, as you go about doing your job. It's important to have stability, to be very focused. There are no shortcuts to success. All of you sitting there might be thinking, Lokesh, he had his life easy. And I'd like to share two specific experiences of my life. I have always chosen a road less traveled. In 2019, I contested from a constituency called Mangalgiri. And Mangalgiri as a constituency, my party did not win since 1985. So we only won it once, 1985. After that, we did not win it. I lost with 5,300 votes. The first day, I did feel bad. But from second day, I said, no, I'll work here. I'll be committed. 5 years, let's rewrite history. And in 2024 elections, I won Mangalgiri with one of the highest ever majority in Andhra Pradesh district. Why am I sharing this with you? Life is never a straight line. Life is never a trajectory all the way going up. You will have many challenges, many challenges in life. But you should have the spirit to take it on. You should have the guts to put a horse blinder and say, that is my goal. Till I deliver that goal, I will not sleep. And that is what I'm expecting from all of you here. And to the women here, I have specific requests. Telugu భాషలో చాలా మాటలు మాడతారు. మహిళల్ని కించపరిచే విధంగా మాడతారు. ఆ పద్యాలకి ఫుల్ స్టాప్ పెట్టాలని నేను బలంగా నమ్ముతున్నాను. ఆ మార్పు మొదలవ్వాలంటే మన ఇంట్లోపల నుంచే మొదలవ్వాలి, మన ఇంటి నుంచి మొదలవ్వాలి. కొన్ని ఉదాహరణలు ఇస్తా. గాజులు తొడుక్కునేవా, చీర కట్టుకునేవా, అమ్మాయిలాగా ఏడవద్దు, అమ్మాయిలాగా ప్రవర్తించదు. ఈ మాటలు ఎప్పుడైనా నాకు బాధ కలుగుతుంది. దీనికి ఫుల్ స్టాప్ పెట్టాల్సిన బాధ్యత ఇక్కడున్న మహిళలందరిపైన ఉంది. మార్పు మన ఇంట్లో మొదలవుతుంది. ఇంట్లో ఎవరైనా ఈ పదాలు వాడితే గట్టిగా చెప్పండి, ఈ పదాలు వాడద్దు, మా అన్న లోకేష్ అన్న గట్టిగా చెప్పారని మీరు చెప్పాల్సిన బాధ్యత. ఈరోజు నేను ఈ స్థాయికి వచ్చానంటే దానికి కారణం నా తల్లి. మా నాన్నగారు ఎప్పుడు ఇంట్లో లేరు, ఎప్పుడు రాజకీయం అంటూ తిరిగేవారు. కానీ మా అమ్మ నన్ను జాగ్రత్తగా పెంచింది కనుక నేను ఈ స్థాయికి వచ్చాను. Now I should share with you an experience. Mr. Naidu started Heritage in 1992. And he started the company with a single agenda saying family shouldn't depend on politics for money. And in 94, TDP won. He became a minister. He couldn't continue in the company. So he insisted that my mom joins Heritage. And she had no background. She never stepped into an office. But Mr. Naidu insisted. There were days where she went to the office and she didn't even go up. She sat in the car. She was so nervous. But today, look at that lady, how she's able to lead the entire family from the front. So all of you have that power. Second example in my life is my wife, Romini. In 2013, she came back, joined the family business. And today, under her leadership, Heritage has touched its highest ever market cap. And I think there's a lot more to be achieved, and she will deliver results. Today, if I'm able to stand here, happily travel in my car, that's because she pays for my credit card bills. So all the women here, you have an amazing power in you. And in the E-Clat family, you have Sneha, who's an amazing example for all of you. So you should take up this challenge. You should lead from the front and make Andhra Pradesh, make India proud. As a country, we're very fortunate to have an amazing Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. He came up who have the fire in the belly, who have the hunger to do good for the state and the nation. So there are amazing opportunities that are going to open up. In fact, I'm envious about your generation, because what India holds in front of you is something amazing. And today we have the right blend of leadership that can deliver on that vision. So I wish you all the best. Go conquer the world. All of you have that power in you. But while you do that, never forget the first company that gave you the first job. So that is something even today I hold close to my heart. I still remember my first internship and my first boss very well, and I continue to be in touch with them. So please don't forget that and make us proud. And I wish E-Clat all the success. I'm here always. I'm one message away. Karthik, you know how to get me. Sneha, you know how to get me. We look forward to building a journey together, a relationship together. We would love for you to make Andhra Pradesh your second home, and we will support E-Clat all the way. Sneha, while I will attract investments from TCS or various other companies, but companies like E-Clat are very close to our heart, and Telugupreneurs are very, very close to the Honorable Chief Minister's heart. And we will promote Telugu entrepreneurs across states, across regions, across countries who are willing to come and develop, of course, both Telangana and Andhra together. And together, Telugupreneurs should actually conquer the world. And that is what excites me. With this, I have a specific request from all of you. This is something that I've been saying wherever I go. All of us have seen the Pahalgam incident, where terrorists have entered India and killed tourists. And first time an Indian Prime Minister stood up and without informing United Nations or any other country, took action that destroyed the terrorist camps. In the process, we lost a lot of Jawans. And one Jawan is Murli Naik, who's from Andhra Pradesh. And Murli Naik is the only child for that family. I had the opportunity to meet that family. And they shared with me the story of Murli Naik. And specifically, the family told Murli Naik not to become a Jawan. They asked him, what if you die, what will happen? And Murli Naik said, the entire nation will come stand by me. So it's because of Jawans like Murli Naik that we're able to sit here, build companies, have a great future. So I request all the youngsters here, when you see a Jawan, give way, salute to him or her. We are here today because of the sacrifices that they're making. They stay away from their families, they stay away from their parents, they work in the harshest conditions. So it's very important to stand by them. And in solidarity, I would request you to follow me and say, I would say Vande, please say Matram. Vande, Vande, Jai Hind, Jai Hind. Thank you very much. Andarki namaskar. I love question and answer.
Hi, sir. What is your dream for? What is your dream for Andhra Pradesh in the IT sector?
Now, as far as IT is considered, there are two sides of the equation, supply and demand. I'll talk about the supply side, then come to the demand side. As an education minister, my focus is actually to revamp our entire curriculum. I have been challenging my APSHI chairman, my secretary, higher education, that 4 years students are going through a certain grind, but they're still not getting job. But they go to Amirpet in Hyderabad, train for 3 months, they're getting a job. Then what are we actually teaching our kids? So it's important to understand where technology is going to land and actually work on the entire curriculum. So that is something that I'm very passionate about, and that is the change you'll see on the supply side. On the demand side, what you will see in the next 18 months is actually entering into an agreement to bring 10 lakh IT-enabled services and GCC jobs to Andhra Pradesh. So we will be having agreements, and we are hoping that by 2029, majority of them will actually end up being grounded. So for me, I'm excited about both sides of the equation. In terms of technology, AI is here, quantum is coming. So it's important that we inspire next generation to actually look at next generation technology. So this is the vision with which we are actually going to work as a state government. Thank you.
Very happy there's such an young and dynamic leader with us today to inaugurate our company. So I have a small question for you. How are the initiatives like WhatsApp governance and QR-enabled certificates and the real-time governance shaping citizen access to public services?
In terms of Manamitra, which is the WhatsApp governance that I brought in, I believe we just started. Honestly, I think we are at 3 out of 10. and we have a journey ahead of us. My dream, when will I be happy, is when we don't need to go to any government office for any service that we want. That is when I believe that we brought in true transformation. Today, I'm looking at what are all the permissions required for companies like E-Clat, all the way to a flour mill or a rice mill. What are the kind of permissions they need? How many permissions they need? And how can we actually remove all the bottlenecks? How can we create an enabling environment, a deemed certificate environment in Andhra Pradesh? So honestly, I believe we just started in terms of governance reforms. But definitely, I think over the next 2 years, it will be an amazing journey where I'm hoping that the government should become actually, lack of a better word, not relevant in the day-to-day life of a citizen. And citizens' service delivery should be on your phone via WhatsApp or various other platforms.
Amazing, sir.
Thank you.
So much.
Sir, my question for you is, can you please describe a moment in your political or ministerial career which make you feel proudest moment in your life? Or your biggest achievement so far?
Tough question. I'm thinking, no one asked me that question till now. In terms of biggest achievement, I think it's yet to come. Honestly, in terms of my political journey, I've just started. I'm not as young as you are, but I'm relatively young for a politician. I'm only 42. I believe I have 40 years of career ahead of me. And in terms of achievements, I think, honestly, I believe that a lot more is in front of me. In terms of a movement that has changed me personally, see, I've grown in a house with a lot of inspiring leaders. From my grandfather to my father to my mother to my father-in-law. All of them have achieved great things in their own career. And, they're extremely hardworking. But one thing that sort of centered me and gave me clarity that I should do more of what I'm doing is when I had the opportunity to meet the Honorable Prime Minister. So I was very lucky to meet the Prime Minister, Modi ji, over dinner for almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. And I understood how fortunate the country is to have a leader like him. And parallelly, it sort of gave me clarity on, as young, aspiring, next generation leaders, what to do. So it's one thing to hear it from your father, your grandfather in the past, or from your father-in-law, but to hear it from a person like the Honorable Prime Minister was truly inspiring. So, and it sort of centered me, got me centered and focused, and gave me clarity that what we're doing is right, but we need to work harder. So ever since that, I've been trying to squeeze in at least good 2 hours extra from my day to actually work for the state and for the nation. Thank you.
Sir.
Any questions here?
That's it, sir.
No, wait.
For the last 5 years, so many entrepreneurs are feared to start a company in Andhra Pradesh because of other reasons you know very well. So now anybody wants to start a business or small scale industry in Vijayawada or Andhra Pradesh, can you give me some inspirational words and what are the easy process that our government has brought up into the action for this year for governance?
What we managed to do is put the past behind us and look forward. Past is always painful. Forward has a lot of hope and opportunities for us to go conquer. So first thing we did is we created the Economic Development Board, which is headed by a very young IAS officer called Saikant Verma. Amazing officer who's done really good groundwork in terms of attracting investments. And TG Bharat, who's the industry minister, is also relatively very young. IT side, I'm there. MSME side, Kontapalli Srinivas, who's also very young minister, is there. Together, we are now supporting Economic Development Board to take each and every proposal. So anyone who's creating even 10 jobs for me is very important. Because SMEs create bulk of the job. 80% of the jobs are created by SMEs. So it's very important as a state we promote them. That is one. Two, we are trying to create SME parks in every constituency. Venkatrao just said 2 he has and he wants more. He should wait because other constituencies don't even have SME parks. So our focus is every constituency should have SME parks. We want to promote Telugupreneurs, as I keep saying it, to come, make investments and create homegrown businesses. That is two. Third, if you look at all the incubators in India, they're very IT centric, which is good. But the problem is there are a lot of non-IT companies that are getting ignored. So what we've taken a stand is we're creating Ratan Tata Innovation Hub here in Amravati, and then we are creating nodes in Visakhapatnam, Rajahmundry, in Tirupati and so on and so forth. 5 nodes, and the idea is to create an ecosystem which is backed by industry leaders. So you have Reliance, Adani's of the world, Greenco, who owns this entire facility. So we are asking them to come mentor. It's not just about the money; it's about mentoring them, supporting youngsters like you who have amazing ideas, both tech and not tech. So that is the third thing we offer specifically for MSMEs.
Yeah, it is good to listen everything, sir. So it will be helpful for all the entrepreneurs who want to start a business in the coming years. Thank you so much for your electrifying words.
Thank you.
Big fan of you.
Thank
I have one question for you. How do you balance in the work responsibilities and personal life?
I'm balancing work and life. That is a lie. To be honest, work-life balance does get discussed quite a bit. And in my political journey, honestly, I've had to sacrifice my personal life. But honestly, I'm able to do it because I have great support from Brahmi. So, of late, I've been telling Brahmi that 100 days I'll work hard and 3 days I'll take a break to spend time with her. That seems to be the only balance I'll end up getting. See, if you have to achieve great things, you have to sacrifice. If you want to leave a lasting legacy behind, you have to sacrifice. And it's not about you. See, I have chosen this career. I have chosen to be a politician. I have chosen to be an education minister, IT minister, and I want to do what I want to do. But the sacrifice actually happens from Brahmani, and Devansh is having to sacrifice because he doesn't get to see me as his friends see their fathers, but they understand it. Honestly, I think they understand it and they support. And funnily, I should share this with you. One Monday, because I had meetings, I was home and Devansh asked me, "What are you doing here? It's Monday. You should be in office." So it's not just my father who drives me crazy towards office. It's even my son who's saying 1 hour late, go, time to work. So I've been blessed with great family who are really supporting my political journey. Thank you. I think I had a last question.
Just want to take.
Last question.
Just want to convey my thanks to
Come forward. I think the mic is echoing here. Any question?
No question, sir. I just want to convey my thanks to you. I just want to thank our CEO, Mr. Karthik Polsani and Sneha ma'am, and our Vice President, Mohit Srivastava and Shrikant Gurram for opening a center here. I just want to share one experience, sir. I had an opportunity to work in this industry from past 6 years. Coimbatore, I worked in Chennai, I worked in Mysore, I also worked in Hyderabad. So often few times I used to get disheartened because I did not have any companies in my native. I used to work very far from my native place to my family. Now I'm so thankful to our CEO sir and ma'am for opening a center here and creating a great opportunity for many youngsters like me. So thank you so much, sir. This all happened because of you and the great leadership of our CM, Chandrababu Naidu garu. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
I'd like to invite our co-founder, Karthik Pulsani garu, for giving a thanks.
For lovely and inspiring message. I think big round of applause, guys. I think this was very inspiring for me to also hear him after a long time. I've known him as a friend as well, but this is super inspiring, and thank you for being so warm and welcoming as well to E-Clat and all the E-Clat family. Good afternoon, everybody. It's such a proud and meaningful day for us here in E-Clat to inaugurate our new office. I want to begin by thanking each of you for being here to mark the milestone with us. So thank you so much for all of you being here with us. Special thanks to Nara Lokesh Garu, our Honorable Minister, for joining us today, and your presence means a lot to us. And I know it's always a hard act to go after you, but also I'd like to acknowledge Collector Balaji Garu. Thank you for being with us today. MLA Venkatrao Garu, I understand he has 19 years of experience being in the US and IT, and it's wonderful to see his vision. He's put a big target for us to get to 1,000 people. We'll try to do that, sir. Thank you so much. And Varla Kumar Raja garu, thank you so much for coming as well. I think I wanted to just share one experience, like just one common thread. There's a lot of common threads that Lokesh garu and I have had, like apart from women being the driving forces for us with him, sharing his experience about Brahmani, his mom. I think I've been blessed with a similar thing, and which is sometimes that is what we should talk about. And it was so nice to hear his experience and how we should think about and eliminate certain things about biases. So for me, Sneha, my sister is here, Niharika, my mom, they've all been inspiration and supporters for me to enable the growth today. The Minister Garu and I had very similar career paths to begin with, even sharing some the same colleges, Little Flower College in Hyderabad and Carnegie Mellon in the US. He went on to pursue his MBA in Stanford and I did mine in ISB. We followed similar tracks and both started our careers in Washington DC as well. As Minister Garu was saying, his first job, which he remembers, I believe, was in World Bank, right? If I'm not mistaken. So we were both in DC. So he could have chosen any boardroom in the world, right? He went to Stanford, Carnegie Mellon. So, but like he said, road less travel, right? He took the tough path of taking the road less travel, and he instead decided to walk 4,000 kilometers in Andhra, which is again an amazing journey. Other day I had the privilege of seeing the book that was written on it, which was super inspiring, right? So again, seeing the career path for somebody to make that commitment, nothing but an inspiration. I know he said, I'm envious of Karthik. I can tell you, I'm not at all envious of your life. It's very hard life, but very inspired. I think what you're doing is just amazing. So big round of applause for the journey and to celebrate that. So I think after our MBAs, as I said, I went the startup route and Lokesh Garu went on to do the Padayatra. Let's obviously say and admit that his journeys was longer and definitely much harder. It takes a different kind of courage. The Minister Garu has shown that kind of resolve in every step of the way. Now, I want to share with you why Vijayawada. This is a question that a lot of people have asked, and I'll be very honest with you, 6 months back, it wasn't even in the plan. Like, we didn't even think of it, right? So, and I think it actually was seeded in Davos in January this year. I was in Davos attending some meetings. Minister Garu was there with his team as well. And I saw firsthand how proactive they were presenting the policies, how warm and welcoming they were. So I made a mental note. I said, maybe something that we should think about. And I didn't discuss with my team as well, right? And then in February, Sneha, Srikant, Mohit, they all came to me independently and said, why don't we think of opening an office in Vijayawada? I said, obviously that was in my mind, but I was very happy that. So the point I'm making is, one is top down, leaders talking about it, but from ground up to see that there is action, there is momentum was very heartening to see. So that's when I said, but it wasn't easy. I'll tell you, I took this to our board members. I had a board member in Boston, board member in Dubai, one in New Zealand. I said, we want to start an office in Vijayawada. They said, why Vijayawada? First of all, where is Vijayawada? Okay, so, and then why not Chennai? Why not Mumbai? Why not Bangalore? I said, no, I think I've seen this firsthand. Give us an opportunity to do this. Had to go through multiple rounds of presentations, Sneha and I said, we are really committed to it. We believe there is talent. So that's when we really started putting this together. And yesterday, in fact, I was talking to our board and I updated them that, we hired 350 people in just about 3 months, and they were all like, I wish we were here. So they are super impressed and happy that like within 3 months, 350 people were hired. So kudos to you guys. And I think the only complaint my board had, Minister Garu, was that there is no, that they said like yesterday, can we come to Vijayawada? I said, no, there is no direct flight for you. Maybe Minister Garu can expand and have some international flights for people to come. I think connectivity is a big thing for everybody. So I think that is something of a request. So when I say, I think, there are 3 key reasons for us to make this commitment, right, for Vijayawada. One is the leadership. I have to give Minister Garu, I think due credit that this idea was seeded when I was in Davos, when I see him. So I think, that is a very key reason for us to be here today. So thanks to Minister Garu for putting that thought and actually being the brand ambassador. Second, I would say the talent. I think we are very pleasantly surprised. 350 people within 3 months is unheard of. My board is like, how did you even make it happen? So kudos to all of you guys. Big round of applause for the team and all of you. And I think as Minister Garu said, you guys are the brand ambassadors, right? The success of what we do, whether the Minister Garu or us or whoever wants to expand, is you guys now. The first job, being the first brand is very important. So we'll rely on you and be good brand ambassadors. And I'll tell you an example. Other day, I think there was a question on entrepreneurship. A couple of days back, I was interacting with the team. I asked them, if you were not in E-Clat, what you would have done, right? I was so pleasantly surprised that a lot of people wanted to start their own business, right? A lot of people wanted to, a lot of creative fields. So it's very, I mean, it was just so heartening to see that there's plenty of opportunities. It is just that we need to create awareness and Mr. Garu give a reply on what they are doing to enable SMEs. And at E-Clat, we believe that while you are at E-Clat, you learn. You always have to have, you are a lifelong learner, as Minister Garu also said. That is a very important quality to take with you. We have AI, we have a lot of opportunities that we are also providing. Learn, but always dream big and continue to take a path which is less traveled. So I think that is one important message. And then third, I would say, I think, Srikanth, Sneha and Mohit, please stand up. I think you guys have been champions for making this happen. The belief of the leadership team, I think, is why we are here. So thank you so much, guys, for championing this and sleepless nights, but we made it happen. I also want to acknowledge the 37 people who have joined, moved from Hyderabad. This was very, very, I think we never planned for that, but we thought we'll get people, 37 people, Hyderabad and different places. And you guys really believe, not just in us, but believed in Andhra Pradesh, the vision of Chandrababu Naidu, because business is not about believing E-Clat, right? Yes, we have some employment. To know that there is future, there is infrastructure, there is opportunities is a big thing. So I'd like the 37 people to please stand up and a big round of applause. You guys have really believed in us and come here. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. So this is the kind of belief that has the conviction to commit to Vijayawada. So I think E-Clat, as you know, I think by saying, I think we are driven by technology. I think AI is a very, very big part in what we do, and we've invested heavily. Driven by technology, talent and trust, and with over 3,500 employees, this office is a statement of intent to build in places that matter. And as we planted the sapling today, I hope it becomes a lasting symbol of what we believe in. Deep roots, bold growth, and a shared future. Thank you all, and Jai Hind. I'd like to thank iSprout.